gracious me!
What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to the Road to Glory, or should I start calling it the Finesse to Glory? Because I tell you what, we score some finesse shots in this episode. In fact, I think there's only one goal in the whole thing that isn't a finesse goal. I'm not even sorry, because it's just the way it is. If you do want to enjoy this video, do me a favour and hit that like button. Really does help me out, and I really do appreciate it a lot. Top comment is, change Ronaldo's number to number 7. No, not doing it. Just refuse to do it. I know he's number 7 in real life, but you know, we're talking about a world where the easiest way to score is to get the ball on the edge of the area and to, well, I say edge, to get the ball anywhere within 40 yards and to curl it top bins. So yeah, I'm not going to be changing his number to number 7. I don't even know who my number 7 is. I might change it from 19 because it doesn't make an awful lot of sense. I might make it 77. If you hear banging in the background, by the way, I really do apologise. Some bloke, he's all the way up there, right? I know you can't see, but trust me, it's a fair distance. He's decided that at 5:30, when it's pitch black outside, to knock down his shed. I don't know either. Some people, you know, why isn't he playing Weekend League? I've got no idea. Yeah, no disrespect, by the way. I know people like to have sort of correct numbers on their players and things, but I'm not going to do that. Like I said, I might put him 77. I like to be a little bit unconventional. I tell you what, though, and I know I probably mentioned it yesterday, Ronaldo, jeez Louise. I've played 10 games this weekend, and it's 5:30 on a Sunday. I have enough time to finish what I want to finish. And I'll have enough time going forward to play even more games. If I do end up hitting goal 3 with plenty of games remaining, then I will. I'll continue and I'll try and get further forward. But without Ronaldo so far in these 10 games, I would have lost a considerable number of games that I went on to win. I don't want to ruin the record for you per se, because some of the games looks like I'm going to lose and then we come back and win, and some of them looks like I'm going to win and I go on to lose them. But without Ronaldo in the team, there is no doubt in my mind that I would have lost, I would say, about 80% of the games that I ended up winning. He is ridiculous. He is the difference. I know some people, when you look at the sort of the pay to win people, or people who are building sides and they've just got packs to burn, and they get, you know, like I think Bateson went 30-0 again this week, and all I read was when he posted that on Twitter, all the comments on all the tweets were, you're only doing it because of your team. Yeah, look at your team. You wouldn't expect anything less. And I always read them and I'm like, that is ridiculous. You know, even if I had every icon in the game at my disposal, there's no way I'd go 30-0. And I still stand by that. But it is amazing how much one player can change a result. And I never thought it possible before, but Ronaldo is the difference, or has been the difference this week, in my record. Without him, honestly, I'd be in dire straits. Some of the goals he scores are just absolutely phenomenal. He's not the only goal scorer, though. We are scoring goals with other players, and Dybala has scored his fair share this weekend. After me criticising him, he must have heard what I was saying and stepped it up. I think Firmino's got 1 or 2. Aguero is scoring his fair share. But look at this from Ronaldo, 1-1, and he just grabs the game by the scruff of the neck and scores an absolute banger. Mixed feelings from people here about me doing the lone Campbell. Some people say that yes, it's a good idea to do it because it's pointless spending all that money getting Campbell, Prime Campbell, and then not liking him. Whereas I could do the loan, find out if I like him, and if I don't like him, don't waste the money. And then other people are saying, what was it? Nah, don't get the loan. It's a waste of coins. So yeah, there's a mixture of opinions. I think not based really off anyone's opinion in the comments, but I think I'm gonna stay away from doing Campbell for the time being. It's not to say that I won't do him, as Ronaldo scores another goal. Not to say that I won't do him, but until they release 1 or 2 more icons so we can get a general gist of the icons they're going to release, and if we can see what Futmas cards they're going to release as well. Because the way that I look at it is, if they release a Futmas Miranda, I'm very interested in that. If they release a Futmas Thiago Silva, very interested in that as well. And they're possible cards, you know. And there's a few others dotted around the place. Bonucci is one of them, that if they release those cards, then I may be tempted to do it. So I will have to wait and see what happens. 6 o'clock is minutes away for me, 29 minutes. So by the time I finish commentating this, we'll be very close. I'll wait till 6. We'll go live. We'll see what content is available. And I think we're going to do that for the rest of December. So every single Road to Glory, apart from Thursday's Road to Glory, will probably come at around 7 to 8 o'clock-ish, depending on what they release. So we'll have to wait and see there. Now, I enjoy your channel for multiple reasons, but a big one is that you play on PC. I do as well, and I know that we're in the minority, and there's quite a few people there who say, yeah, same. And I've picked out that comment to speak of because it goes hand in hand with how are you finding the lag this weekend. It's been shocking this weekend for me. Now, on PC, and I am speaking for myself, I don't know what everybody else is like, and I've just seen the Liverpool score. I did have it next to me, and Shaqiri's come off the bench to score, and we are 2-1 up right now. And I say we because I am a Liverpool fan. You guys know the result, though. I don't know yet, of course. But anyway, that aside, the servers on PC are magnifique. They are fantastic, and I put it down to just not that many people play on PC compared to console, and it's one of the reasons why I don't want to play on console and why I don't even own the game. That's a lie, I do own the game this year, but it's through a console share. I don't own the game, I didn't buy the game this year on console because I have no desire to play it because of the menus feel a lot slower and the gameplay is very hit and miss. You know, like you go into a game and I'm speaking for console users here, but because I know what it's like. You go into a game and it doesn't feel right. It feels sluggish. That was a great goal from Firmino. I think that was his 200th goal for the club as well. Well done, Firmino. Great goal. Now, you go into a game and it feels sluggish, doesn't feel fluid. You don't get that on PC, really. I mean, one game in every sort of 30, you feel, oh, this is really slow. This is horrible. It's not to say that you don't get aids, because this game in particular, actually, ironically, is a game that I'd written off. I'd put it down to I've lost this straight away. First kick of the game, the guy was a very good player. He had a very good team. And for whatever reason, Ronaldo could not score the goals that Ronaldo was scoring. Passes weren't going where I normally want to put them. It was a bit of a... I mean, this is ridiculous in itself. The goal that he scored there was just AIDS. There's no other word for it, you know? It was just one of those games where I thought, well, the game is not with me here. It didn't feel slow or anything. It was just none of what I was pulling off was going in until Ronaldo, you know, eventually managed to put that ball in the back of the net. But it was one of those games where just things weren't going my way at all. So you do get those games, you really do. And I know a lot of people are probably thinking, well, he's setting up here for an excuse as to why he lost this game. Don't need an excuse when you've got your Ronaldo in your team, mate. Alexandro to Nainggolan to Ronaldo, bang, 3-3. I mean, Mertens can't score that. Mertens is not scoring that goal any day of the week. And we take it into penalties, and I tell you what, I pride myself on being a very good player when it comes to penalties. Scoring them isn't exactly easy, but saving them I find pretty straightforward. As you can see, we've only conceded one goal, and it's so easy to tell where they're going. And all you have to do is look at the player's head. Not before they take it, but as they're running up to the ball, you can just tell where they're looking. And I saved so many penalties in FIFA. In 19 in particular, not necessarily any other like previous FIFA. I'm going to keep check the Liverpool score. I held off doing commentary as long as I possibly could because I've been watching it, and I don't have it next to me because I would just be watching the game and not doing the commentary. But it's typical that I'd missed a goal. Another one to do with finesse shots here is you could have saved more than half of those finesse shots if you conceded, if you'd moved the goalkeeper. Thank you very much for your comment, official Hester. Hope you're not related to Dave Hester. If you watch Storage Wars, you'll know all about him. But I love that show. Brilliant. But either way, moving the goalkeeper is something that I do now and again. It's not something that I'm accustomed to doing. It's something that I'm learning. And there was a game, and I I forget, it might have been the game that I played just a second ago. There's one game that I played this week in particular where my opponent was moving the goalkeeper, and he was a very good defender as well, so it was very difficult. We won the game, incidentally, and it was one of those games where I just don't feel like I deserved to win, but we did. Now, the moving the keeper situation for me is very hit and miss. I dabble in it now and again if I remember to use it, but for this type of opponent that I'm playing here, he's not really using that many finesse shots, and I find it counterproductive to move the goalkeeper in a game where my opponent isn't necessarily taking many finesse shots. So, for instance, my opponent here loved his crossing. He was one of those, look at that for a goal, that's just ridiculous. I didn't even hit it in the grey, it was in the grey. It didn't count for anything, it was just a ridiculous goal, and my opponent is off. We are doing very well, by the way. Can you remember the last time we lost a game? I don't. Famous last words, though. Unfortunately, we go into another game here against a very good... Well, I say no, that's a lie. That's a lie. I'm lying, and I'll talk about that in just a second. Moving the goalkeeper, basically. I do it when I remember to do it. I've done it a couple of times where I'm thinking I know where the ball's going to go. It takes a wicked deflection and goes opposite side, and I'm very wary of doing it. I am learning, and I am doing it now and again, but I don't do it all the time. Now, this game was one of, if not the most annoying game I've played in the last 2 or 3 weekends, because my opponent here, no disrespect to him, but he wasn't a great player. He scores there to make it 1-1, and he was a crosser. Loved his crossing, like my previous opponent. But the game that we're playing in here, for the first half an hour at least, dominated, and I genuinely thought we were going to get a rage quit at one point, because at this stage I'm thinking I just need to drag this back. Aguero, top bins, 2-1 up, and then straight away, look at this, I've not edited this at all, this is straight from kickoff. He plays the ball straight to Fabinho, who gives it to Aguero into Ronaldo, and that is 3-1 once Ronaldo decides to kick it. And I'm thinking, right, we could get a rage quit here, fingers crossed, and we didn't. And lapse in concentration. Well, no, it wasn't a lapse in concentration at all. I am trying to switch, and you may, if you go back and have a look, I am trying my best to switch to a player who I can get to cover the cross, because it's the only option that he has. Game physically won't let me do it. Every player is locked, and I can't move them away. He scores from kickoff in the second half. Nothing I can do about that. I wasn't angry about that. It's just something that happens. And then that is a complete AIDS goal that we can't defend. And then all of a sudden, it's one of those where you just can't defend anything. Every single shot goes in. And what annoys me more than anything, in fact, he went on to score like another 2 or 3 goals in that game. What annoys me more than anything else about that game in particular is that opponent there, in my opinion, wasn't that great, and we've lost. I have beaten 3 or 4 people at least this weekend that I've not deserved to beat, but thanks to Ronaldo, we've beaten them. So I suppose what goes around comes around in a sense. However, it's frustrating that the game that we lose, or one of the games that we lose, because we're 8-2 this week so far, one of the games we lose is to an opponent who I just don't think we deserve to lose to. But, you know, like I say, swings and roundabouts. That being said, that's where we are right now. Let's go live and see what they've dropped for 6 o'clock. So one thing I forgot to mention is that I got a little bit angry at the end of the last game that we lost, and I got Miranda sent off. So there is every possibility that I'm going to have to go and buy... I think I'm just going to get the standard Marquinhos just for one game. Just pop him in there while that card... gets the red card taken off it. I could go into a single player game and quit out and get rid of the red card, but I might as well just go and get myself Marquinhos. Liverpool game is finished now. I just got back to see Shaqiri's second goal, which I'm very grateful for, and Liverpool win 3-1. No disrespect to Man United, but Mourinho, man, what is he doing? Pogba didn't even get on as a sub. That is crazy to me. Speaking of being crazy, that Marquinhos card is around 8,000 coins. That's a lot of money. I'm going to wait. Not a lot, but you know what I mean. It's a bit more than I want. I'm going to wait just for a second to see if they drop anything Futmas related or an icon or something that I might want to build into. Let's have a look at Ronaldo's record, though. 25 goals in 12 games. There's only one game he's played where he hasn't scored a goal. And I think we still won that game, incidentally. He's only got 1 assist. That just goes to show how much of a greedy get he is. But if he's scoring goals, I don't care. The guy is an absolute magician. And I'm so glad I didn't sell him before I had a chance to use him properly. He is just unbelievable. We have around, I don't know, 30-odd seconds to wait until 6 o'clock. Where Futmas cards drop. I mean, I'm not expecting another icon just yet. I don't know why I did that. Not expecting another icon just yet. But if we could get one, then I would not be complaining, that's for sure. 8,000 coins is going to be the cheapest Marquinhos. And stats-wise, he's definitely good enough for one game. The only thing is, am I really going to want to spend 8k for the sake of one game? Don't know. 6 o'clock is upon us. Let's get in and see what these Futmas cards are all about. We have another Futmas challenge, which gives us a... Who the hell is Dennis Zakaria? That gives us a... Please be a rare. It's a Prime Electrum, which isn't great, but we'll complete that. This card right here. Okay. Oh, okay. Actually, looks like a good card. Let's have a look at the stats there. Reactions are too low for me. But that's not too bad if you're after a low-rated card and you're into the Bundesliga. I really regret not doing Torreira. I really do. I really should have done Torreira, but it is what it is. We live and learn. Callahan. Oh. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, oh, oh. Someone said to me, do I recommend using Roberto Firmino as a centre mid? Yes. Not this one in particular, but hey, if you want to do this one, then that's fine. But I use my Roberto Firmino as a centre mid, so yes, I do recommend him. He's fantastic. It's not a bad little card, that. I don't know if it's worth... Well, I say that. I don't even know how much they're going to charge for this. Oh, 86 rated team. Oh, I want to do it. I'm not going to. It's going to be too much. I want to do it, but it's going to be too expensive. That's a shame. Because I really like that. I really like that a lot. That Callahan card, by the way, you look at it and you're thinking to yourself, it's not terrible. It's not bad. It's 2-star, 3-star skill. No thanks. And that instantly puts you off. I don't care what. If this is an 80 rated team, it's worth it. But any 85 rated team, Jesus, 85 rated team for that card is a joke. 2-star weak foot, 3-star skills is terrible. High defensive work rate, not great. And then everything else about it, to be fair, isn't that bad at all. It's a decent looking card. I mean, it's not the best in the world, but it's not terrible. I could definitely see why some people would want to do it, unless you look at the weak foot skill moves and the high defensive work rate, and then charge an 85 rated team, 83 rated team, and I could see the argument. But an 85 is mental. I would be very interested to know what they're charging for this. This, in my opinion, 83 rated team maximum. I mean, even that's pushing it. Yeah, it's an 83 rated team, and that's sort of borderline not worth it. 82. I mean, be generous, EA. Just give us something, not something for nothing, but 82 rated team for that, 83 for that Callahan, and 86 rated team for that is fair enough. I don't have any complaints there. So have a look to see if they dropped any new icons. No, not yet. Not expecting them to be fair, until at least tomorrow, if not Tuesday. But let's go complete that SBC and open this Prime pack and hopefully pack us a 90 rated card we can use in that Firmino SBC. So not too difficult to complete. Bronze pack method coming up clutch again there, using 5 golds, which is what the requirement was. Had to use a rare, but it's not the end of the world. We get a Prime Electrum Players Pack back for that. I don't really think that's a great pack, but it's not cost us much, if anything at all. So can't really complain. If we can get anything out of this, that would be fantastic. Off camera, I've been thinking about this a lot. I mean, to be fair, I've only been gone a couple of minutes, but I really want to do that. I mean, I'm going to have to sort of build it in principle just to see how expensive it'll be. The upgrade isn't tremendous, but it's a card that I like. We've been using the standard Firmino for God knows how long now. He's got ridiculous amounts of games for me. He scored 200 goals for us, and I like the record on him. Yeah, 335 games, 201 goals, 174 assists. The guy is a wizard. So if we can improve that in any way at all, then why not, right? We could sell this version of the card I don't think he'll be worth that much. We bought him for 115, but that was ages ago. We're talking a couple of weeks in, so that's why. So I don't feel like I've lost money on it necessarily. He is selling for, I think, 44k is the cheapest on the market right now, or thereabouts anyway. According to Futbin, it's a little bit off here or there, but generally speaking, we're around 40 to 45k. I don't mind that at all. I'm very tempted. I'm going to build it in principle and have a look to see how much it'll cost. But we haven't got long. We've only got 24 hours to decide this. So get your thoughts in the comments. It's a player that I know I will keep in the team for pretty much the rest of the game. Pretty much, at least for 3 months at least. Let's open this pack and see if we can pull anything decent. Hopefully this one doesn't lag its tits off. No, it's no walkout, but something for nothing. Fill the club with gold players at least. We get Volland 81 rated, which is more than what I've submitted to get that in theory, so it's not the end of the world. Bunch of silver players we may be able to sell in there as well. So this is what I've come up with so far. We're 1 chem point off, so don't concern yourself too much with that. I just would need to convert one of the players to a position, so I think it would have to be Firmino to a striker. But either way, it's doable without having to buy too many cards. We are giving up a red Mata, which I'm okay with. We're giving up the 86 Alonso, which again I'm okay with. Only did it really to be able to submit into an SBC anyway. I've played very little in the way of games with him. I know Chelsea are likely to go quite far in the Europa League, and yes, he'll go up in rating, but by the time he goes up even further, the game is going to be that much more ahead. We won't maybe even need him, I don't know. But all in all, adding all that up, which I have done, it's around 125 to 135,000 coins to buy those players in question. Could maybe bring the rating down a little bit, or the cost down a little bit, I should say, with bringing in my player of the month, Lucas. We are off on the rating, and it would mean a little bit of rejigging, but generally speaking, at least, we could bring it down by using some of the special cards we have in the team. I don't know how many special cards I have that I could use towards this SBC. That Toni Kroos card, interestingly enough, we could use towards this. I really do like him. He's only got 1 goal and 1 assist in 11 games for me, and he is literally a bench player, whereas Firmino would be a starting player. Hadn't considered it, but I mean, I could consider it, maybe, possibly, don't know. Pjanic is another player we could use, wouldn't work for Chem though, and then everything else is pretty much a non-starter because the rating just isn't there. But I hadn't really considered that Toni Kroos card. I mean, I could, and it would bring the cost down tremendously, but is it worth it? I like having Toni Kroos there as an amazing cam super sub, or CM super sub. Pjanic I would be more than happy to get rid of, but it just wouldn't work chem wise. One thing I do want to do though, and I want to show you right now, is the card itself on Futbin. So if we click this, yeah, there we go. So the card is on Futbin right now. We can have a look at the in-games, and we can compare those in-games to the 86 that we currently have to see whether it's worth doing. Before I do it, which I haven't done yet, so I haven't put it side by side, I don't know the difference. When you get an 86 rated card who gets an inform into an 87, for instance, I think this is roughly... yeah, that is roughly what you'd get. So if Firmino got himself an 87 rated inform or 88 rated inform or whatever, these are the stats you'd likely get. So Firmino's price has actually dropped by about 8k since that SBC has come out. So using him in the SBC itself wouldn't be that big a deal. But if we look at the difference between the two cards, you can see next to the stats, the little red and the minus, that's basically what you get them on top. So, for instance, he's got an extra 2 acceleration, extra 2 sprint speed, 2 finishing, 2 positioning. It's a decent little upgrade. It's not groundbreaking, but it's a decent little upgrade. With a chem style on top of that, pretty decent. He actually gets 3 extra vision, 3 short passing, and 3 curve. That's going to help massively. I like it. I like it a lot. I think it's a fantastic little upgrade. And a lot of people will agree with me over here as well. You can see 346 up and 70 salty Man United fans voting it down, I'm sure. But I think I'm going to do this. It won't break the bank. It won't cost us our entire coin balance. We have 250,000 coins right now. Even if I was to put that back the way it was like that, that's only 130,000 coins. If I was willing to use Tony Kroos and maybe even Lucas in there, we could save some more money. But I'm going to let you guys not decide, but I'm going to let you guys have a say. So, in the comments, should I do it? Yes or no, first and foremost. If you vote yes, there's no vote, but if you say yes, I should do it, what should I do? Should I try and save as much money as possible, or should I be using Tony Kroos and Lucas? Or maybe I should just use Lucas? Maybe, I don't know. Let me know. What do you think I should do? That Tony Kroos card is never going to get started. It's only ever going to be a super sub. I like it. I like it a lot. But this Firmino card is going to be used a lot, you know, so is it worth me just using whatever I can, save as much money as possible, and then maybe going out and buying a defender ready for the next set of games? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you have enjoyed this episode of The Road to Glory, do me a favour, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.